Hello there. How are you doing, Kendra, Ernestine, Danielle, Teravius? How are you? Thrills and Heels. God bless you. Thank you for joining us on today. We are getting ready to talk about the manipulation tactics of the narcissist. They utilize sometimes very brutal, um, how can I say, manipulations to hook you, to get you to do what they want you to do. And a lot of times through these manipulation, it's a continuous activation process. Thank you so much, Terravia. I'm glad you're doing good. It's been a while since you've been on. I've been looking for you. Thank you so much for joining us on today. When the narcissist wants something and they don't feel like they can get it, they go into strong avenue of manipulations. Now, these manipulations are hostile takeovers sometimes because they take over your emotions. They will even take over your thought processes to get to agree with them, to bring them online with what they want, with their desires. I was on in Clubhouse. Are you coming on as Terravia, or what is your signal when you come on Terravia? Now, one thing they do, we're going to list several things they utilize into when they're manipulating. And there are 7 things that they do which you may be able to identify, because a narcissist want their way, want to have their way, and it doesn't matter about what you think, it doesn't matter about what you want. You are not involved unless you are doing what they want. Because what they want to do is calibrate every situation. Taz tail. Okay, I will look for that, Terravia. I will look for that on Clubhouse. We're waiting for a few more people to come in. Then we're going to get started. And there are 7 certain tactics that you're going to find that culminate in their life. They do this almost religiously. You can look for these 7 things. There are more, but there will be at least 7. So for this hour that we have, we are going to go in there. So from now to 11:30, 11:25, we'll start closing out Danielle at 11:25. All right. One of the things they use is gaslighting. Gaslighting techniques are used by the narcissist uh, person to make you doubt your memories. That's what they want. They want you to doubt your memories, your thoughts, and your understanding. They want to bring confusion where you can't trust yourself. And they'll think you are losing your mind. You think that you're crazy. You put the keys down, there's nobody in the house but you and the narcissist, and the keys go missing. And then you look for them, you look all over the house. She said, definitely hit that. Yeah, definitely hit that like button and share the page. But the narcissists use gaslighting because gaslighting is the most powerful instrumentality that they can use to make you doubt yourself. And you could see it. It could be right in your face. You have all the evidence of what has occurred. But they would take, and one thing the narcissist does, they stick to their lie long enough till you start to believe it. And you know what you just saw. You start to doubt yourself. You just saw him with somebody. You took the picture of it. You show him the picture. He said, that's not my picture, that's AI. You're thinking, AI? I don't even know how to use AI. He said, yeah, but that's the way it is on that camera because I didn't do that. That was not me. That looked like me. You're like, honey, you're the only one that got a mole for a dimple. It's right on the side. He said that's AI. AI depicts my face and he stick with it. And you said, well, maybe I didn't see him. With the picture right there. You are doubting yourself with focal evidence. Focal evidence. You got visible evidence. But gaslighting is to stick to the same story so long until everybody starts to believe you. You know it's a lie when you tell it. But Everybody start to believe you, because if it wasn't true, why wouldn't they? If it wasn't true, they would have left the story. No, they won't. They can be obsessed with what they want. They can be obsessed with their truth, and their truth is whatever they want. Doesn't matter what you see. There is no evidence in their mind that is so. Even though I know I was with her, but I'm not going to tell you I was with her. I'm going to tell you you were wrong. And they tell you over, 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 over. And you're like, wait a minute. I can't be missing it like this. There's no way that I'm missing it like this. Way. Because if you cease to believe what you know, and you start doubting what you know, then what truth are you going to have? Because when you doubt your evidence, when you doubt what you bring to the table, it doesn't matter what you bring to the table. The weight of what you bring is what you believe and what you know. You have an assurance that this is the right information. When you go to the courts don't want you what you think. They want vital information. All the courts want to know, is this a fact or is this assumption? If you are assuming this happened, our court will not justify that. No matter how much pain you had, no matter how critical it is, you got to have evidence. When we look at the facts are unchangeable in the court of law. And when a case is presented with facts, it's hard to fight it. Gaslighting make you fight facts. It'll tell you it didn't happen, even though they know it's not true. You said, can the narcissist know that they're lying? Huh? Of course. They know they lying before they got to you. They know they was going to deny it before they got to you. They know they was going to gaslight before they got to you. And they say, or they word salad. What you mean by that? That's not what I did. What you mean by that? Did you say, and then they'll say something you didn't say. And you said, no, that's not what I said. They said, yeah, you did. You said, and you didn't. And they keep saying it until they confuse you with what they said. And then they go back to the original thing. And you're thinking, what is this? You are so confused. You don't even know what you was talking about now. See? She said, gaslighting everyone does now. It is so bad right now. You have to know what you know is true. You do. You do, because lying is like breathing now. You can't trust what people say when you have evidence that what they're saying is not the truth. So, number one thing that the narcissists use is gaslighting. Number two thing that the narcissists use is playing the victim, especially the vulnerable narcissists. Everything they got, if you're a victim, they're going to be more of a victim than you. Playing the victim is another manipulation. A narcissist plays the victim position themselves because they're the one being wronged. In reality, they're being hurt. They're the one that harm is being done to, even though they're the one causing the problem. They play the victim. And then narcissists play the victim to avoid responsibility, to avoid accountability. Because if they play the victim, then you start feeling sorry for them. Sorrow is not part of this analogy. She said, funny how they play victim, then immediately attack or disrespect you. Absolutely, Crystal. That's the whole thing. Because the victim, they get you to back off. Because they want to appeal to your sympathy. They want you to feel sorry for them. Because when we feel sorry for them, we have a tendency to back off. If you are dealing with an issue and you start feeling sorry for someone, you back off. Because why do you say, I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to discourage them. I don't want to do this. When the truth of it is, we need a reality that we got to deal with. And this reality may not be comfortable, but we got to deal with it for a resolve. And with the narcissists, they don't have resolve. Why? Because you got to be accountable to resolve an issue. So they leave open doors everywhere. Everywhere in the house, the door open. Everywhere in the house, the window open. All kind of stuff get in. Animals, rain, snow, whatever. It gets in because you got too many openings. Number one is gaslighting. Number two is playing the victim. And see, when you play the victim, you get ignored. When you play the victim, they criticize you. You are always complaining. You are always complaining. Every time I turn around, something happens. Don't you have strength? Don't you? But when they play the victim, they want total solidarity in your emotions. They want you to feel sorry for them. I need you to come to my aid. Hello there, MMXW. I want you to come to my aid. I need help. You said you love me. Those you love, you help. He don't want help. He want pity. And then it's definitely not going to change. Why? They go back and do the same thing. They go back and do the same thing. When you re-emerge with the narcissist, you're going to get the same thing. How can you get different in a locked time zone? How you going to get different if they're mind in the same place? How you going to get deliverance or differences when the person is unchangeable? They're not changeable. They don't want to be. They want you to change. I need you to change your mind. I need you to do this. Why? Because the narcissist has no intention of changing for you. Ernestine said, you're right on point. They do the same thing over and over and over. They do. You got to change into something new in order to do something different. My mother had my uncle could contact me for my birthday, and she paid him to insult me. These people are wicked. Oh my God. Isn't that some contact on her birthday and paid him to insult her? And we're going to deal with that because that's one of the 7 manipulations. What was the intent? When you call somebody to insult someone, when you call someone to hurt someone, your intent is deprivation. You want them to feel deprived. You want them to feel the hurt. And if anything had came out of that, guess who was going to play the victim? The mom. Not MMXW, the mother. She said, it's flight. They don't want to learn. They want you to, can you do the same thing they do at the same level to make them happy? It doesn't matter what you do if a narcissist is made up in his mind not to be happy. When a narcissist has placed you in the black, in order to please them, you got to get back in the white. She said, after I have helped them so much financially, I didn't respond. I went no contact with both of them. She said, him, not me. See, that's why you don't break contact. When you go NC, stay NC. If they contact you, and most of them won't contact you because there is a point here that's part of the manipulation. And one of that is projection. Projection happens when the narcissists put their own actions, feelings, and thoughts onto others. They say you're lying when it's really their line. She said, I was trying to say they want you to stay at their level so that they can make you look, so they can make themselves look better than you. Absolutely. Because they have a sense of entitlement. This sense of entitlement will not allow anybody to be promoted above them, because the narcissists don't think anybody's above them. They'll think they're the smartest. And you know what? When they want to hurt you without compassion, it's easy for them, because they don't have that compassion like that. They have cognizant recognition. That means they know how you should feel. They know that they should be sorry for their action. So they take their cognizant measure of knowledge and they implement that in the realm of the emotion, where they feel sorry. And they don't feel sorry, but this is the way I'm supposed to feel when something like this happens. Because the truth of it is they don't. But I'm supposed to. So they do what you expect for them to do, because the narcissists are very people-oriented, people-based. They really care about what people think about them. They really do. It bothers them when people don't praise them. You said the narcissist is able to go on about their business. Yeah, but when they don't get the praise they want, it bothers them, because the sense of entitlement won't let them think anything else. How dare you not praise me? How dare you not recognize me? When to them, they're the greatest. And they feel as you should be deeply honored to have them in your presence. The 7 manipulations of the narcissist. Number 1, gaslighting. And like Taravia said, that is so commonplace that if you don't know it, you will miss it. And people don't have a problem lying, looking you right in your face. They would tear up lying through their teeth. Next one, playing the victim, especially the covert, will play the victim to the end of the world. Nobody's going to be more pitiful, more sorrowful than them. And playing the victim is an emotional trap. When you yield to that, when you covenant with that, when you go into agreement with them, you cannot agree with the narcissist, with his behavior. You got to remember, the result is what he wants, not what you want. So if they're looking for a result, they're looking for what they want, not for what you want. The narcissist will play the game as long as it takes. They're very patient with what they want, and they will play the game until they get tired, not when you get tired. You are with the narcissist and you recognize that they are manipulating you, and you recognize the gaslighting. You can't be gaslighting and not do something about it, because after a while, it's going to work on your mind. And you're going to start doubting yourself. And then what he wants you to do is doubt everybody else. Because when you doubt everybody else, you don't believe nobody. And then that way they can do what they want to do without you being convinced that it's something wrong. Because you don't believe anyone. You don't trust anyone. See? And when you don't trust anyone, you're not going to get help, because you're doubting everybody. Not everybody is in a social path. Not everybody is a narcissist. Not everybody is after you. There are some support systems you're going to need to position. You're going to need those things in place to help you. You're going to need them. So you're going to have to trust someone. And you don't have to be concerned, because people will prove themselves out. Just give them a little time. They'll show up. Then the third one we was talking about is projection. Now, when the narcissist throw their feelings off on you, and it's nothing you feel, it's something they feel. They feel this, but they saying you're feeling that. Then the narcissist start telling you what you feel, how you're thinking, what you're going to act. And you're like, I don't think none of that. And they say, yes, you do. You say, I didn't even say that. Yes, you did. I don't even want that. You do want that. The narcissists go into dictatorship, even in The relationship. Kendra said, I think I have a I think that I have that issue because I don't trust anyone. She said I'm trying to work on it, but I truly like being left alone. See, baby girl, what you got to do, you cannot allow the narcissist perspective become yours perspective. There are some people that you can trust, Kendra, and they will prove themselves. Not everybody is a low down dirty dog. Not everybody is after you. Not everybody wants to hurt you. But if you don't believe that, and sometimes you may have to demagnetize what you've been through so you can draw something different. When you start drawing the law of disloyal people, it's either you fill your mind because the narcissist got you doubting everybody, so you think everybody is after you, so you start drawing the very thing that you want to expel. They start coming in your life proving that they're no good, proving that they are renegades, proving that they're traitors. Then you start saying, see, I knew they weren't going to, but you expected it. She said, dealing with the narcissist abuse can make you paranoid. Ooh, it can. That's why you have to watch yourself. And the longer you stay, the deeper that get. All of the negative attributes is what the narcissist is banking on. That's why they do what they do. Don't think they're unaware of what they do. You are unaware. She said, Apostle, that's me too. I don't trust in human beings no more. Every human did not hurt you. It was only the narcissist and the people that you dealt with. It's not the whole world. There are some people who still have an honor code system. Now, are they rare? Yes, but they're there. And a lot of times we have to change what we believe about ourselves so we can change what we draw to ourselves. The narcissist is a manipulator, master manipulator, projecting, playing the victim, and gaslighting. See, thank you, Danielle. She's put my information up. She said, you were the first person I truly trusted. And that took time. Yeah, but me and you proved ourselves. There were some things that we did. There were some show ups that I had to show up. There were some things that you needed to trust me in, and you trust me. You trust me. And guess what? I showed up. God allowed me to show up to build a relationship. The narcissist did not show up. He gaslighted you. He played the victim. Now he's projecting on you. Everything is your fault. It's never his fault. When you project on people, it's so you can get away from responsibility and accountability. The worst person in the world to be around is a person who will not hold responsibility to the things that they do or to be accountable for the things that they do. MMXW say my trust is not good at all. Do you offer counseling? I do. I do. You can write me at destinyhelper12s@gmail.com. I do. Teravia say, and that's why we keep coming back, cause we trust what you teach us. Absolutely. When you got a support system, you got to be able to trust the support system that they won't rat out on you when you give some information. And there are people who have been hurt by the same spirit, by the same character, and they look to get you out. They look to help you, not hurt you. And Kendra say, I'm sure the narcissist is in my bloodline. She said, after leaving my husband, and I had time, she said, and I had time to think some of my family members. She said, I've noticed those symptoms in some of my family members. Usually there is a connection when a narcissist is drawn in your life. She said, this is our support group. Well, keep joining us here. She said, okay, I will email you. Thanks, you're welcome. See, when you have a support system, it strengthens you. It makes you aware. And not only aware, because if you are aware, and you have no strategy, you still stuck. Once you get aware, you got to look for the strategy. I don't want to only be cognizant of what I'm going through. I want a strategy to get out of what I'm going through, get through what I'm going through. I need relief answers, not just existent answers. She said, "You'll be glad you did." Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. When you come out, you start to breathe, you start to live, you stop existing and you start living, because a lot of people are just existing even after the narcissist. They're still existing. And the number four things which if you ever had anything to do with any narcissist, everybody know this one: love bombing, gaslighting, playing the victim, projection, now love bombing. The narcissist will love bomb you to no end. I mean, he will make you feel like $1 trillion bill if you could find it. He make you feel so rare. He make you feel like it's the best thing in the world that is being offered to you. And you feel like you got a real prize. But you got to remember, the narcissist does not work alone. They never work solo. They have a host of invisible agents that are with them. And these invisible agents protect them so they can keep doing what they're doing, and mesmerize them, disillusion them so they can keep doing what they do. Come on now. A narcissist, gaslight, play the victim, project, and love bomb. The love bombing stage feels so good. It just seems like you are in a place of euphoria. It makes everything look different. You want to get up, you want to work, you can't wait to talk to them. It gives you the reason why. Because the narcissists don't seek to be intimate in your life. They seek to be the God of your life. Blessed Beauty said, yes. How do they deceive so many? Because of a spirit of persuasion. Think about when you was with the narcissist. Danielle says, no, MMX said, thanks, Danielle. It's my parents, sibling, uncle, aunts, cousin. It's overwhelming. Ooh, that's a whole family full of them. So it doesn't matter where you turn, they're there. And see, that's why you definitely, MMXW, have to demagnetize. She said, I'm not thriving, I'm just surviving. It's time for me to move forward. But thanks to God, I'm completely independent of my family. You are absolutely right. You can't just survive, because when you're surviving at the point of attack. You want to thrive away from the attack. She's the same, MMXW. You are so welcome. It's so worth it. Oh, it is. But until you stay no contact. The no contact is a strengthener. It's going to take you through the process of deliverance. It's like getting off drugs, being weaned from drugs. Your body go through all of these motions. Your psyche go through all these motions. Your emotions go through all these emotions. And I mean, psychologically, it's like it's a torment to get you away from them. And then you think, well, if I'm going to be tormented like this, why did I leave? Because you are headed toward freedom. And freedom can be very costly. Freedom is not free. Freedom can be very challenging, but it's very liberating when it occurs. But freedom is going to take you to a process that's going to grow you to permanence. It's going to grow your mind, grow your emotions, because the narcissist, when they are gaslighting, playing the victim, projecting, and love bombing, when they're love bombing you, it seems like everything is right. I mean, it's beautiful. You never felt such euphoria. Krista said, no contact opened my eyes to see things without distraction from the nurse. Absolutely. Kendra said, no contact truly worked. I've been no contact for 5 years now from my ex-husband. That's the only way it works. That's the only way it works. is to go and see. Then you know the reason why you can see now is the brain fog lifted. When the brain fog lifts and the mask, because brain fog masks the truth, it blocks you from seeing what is an actuality. And you start imagining what isn't because you don't want the actuality. Cognizant dissonance is a tremendous thing when it comes to your life. It is. It will cause you to excuse things, and you have to look at yourself and say, you know, that is untrue. But cognizant dissonance, it protects. It keeps you in bondage. It keeps you tied in. It keeps you overwhelmed. It brings a canopy over you that crushes your reality, crushes your strength. Manipulation have to be dealt with. You have to deal with the gaslighting. You have to deal with playing of the victim. You have to deal with projection. You have to deal with the love bombing. Now you have to deal with the triangulation. Whether it's with a family and friend, or it's with co-workers, or it's with children. The triangulation is a triangle. There's always three components involved. She said, yep, that's the withdrawal. When you no longer, when you go no contact, it's brutal. Yes, ma'am. She said, but I agree, when you continue to stay no contact intentionally, brain fog lifts and you see things differently. You start seeing clearly. It's like a smoke when the house is on fire. Once you come out of the house, you get away from the choking effect. Excuse me. You get away from the visual distortion through the smoke. You get away from the endangerment from the fire. You get away from the heat. So now you're outside and you're looking at the house burn, but you're out of the house. You are no longer at jeopardy. You are starting to breathe because you got all this fresh air circulating outside. That's the way it is. When you move, you can finally breathe. When you move, you can finally see things, because once that brain fog lifts, you can see things the way they are. You can see people the way they are. But a glass house looking out, no, it's the glass house looking in. She said, I noticed the triangulation more clearly when the brain fog lifts. Yeah, because there's always, listen to me, without two other parties along with you, it's not a triangulation, but at least three people. It can be the narcissist, one other person, and you. And when the narcissist got one other person that agree with them, you have no idea the damage that can happen with just three people. A narcissist with just you cause all that damage. Can you imagine that once you begin to show forth strength, to show that you're not crazy, and they realize the manipulation did not work, that they got to do something else, they have to take a pause moment, because it doesn't make sense what is happening. It doesn't make sense. The brutal consciousness that you have, the brutal strength that you are activating, doesn't make sense. How is it that what I'm doing is not working? She should be torn down by now. And you're not. You're waking up to the manipulation. You're waking up and you're finally getting sound. And when you're waking up through the being gaslighted, playing the victim, projection, love bombing, now the triangulation, you can see. Like Danielle said, once I went NC, I saw clearly. She said, my mother abused her siblings because she helps them out financially. And then she uses them as her flying monkeys. She said, but she doesn't have all of them under her control. And now that is a blessing. Money answered all things. Some people will sell out for money. They will sell their soul for $1 because they rather have the temporary activity and pleasures for now, which does not include you. You will not get in the way of their happiness. And so when they triangulate, they may even talk to a former supply or a new supply, you and them. And they got you bumping heads. And you asking the new supply, why is she calling? Because he's dealing. She's not able to control her siblings that are financially independent. See, that's good because they don't need her money. The rest of them need her money. So she feel powerful because they need her. The narcissist is a very needed to be need person. They're needed, and then they need you to need them. So we got gaslighting, playing the victim, projection, love bombing, and triangulation, hoovering. Oh my God, that one right there. She said, once you've been involved with a narc, it is safe to say that it is our duty to expose whoever would listen to them. Some people feel it necessary to tell the supply, a new supply, that he's a narcissist. You think she's gonna listen? She's in the love bomb stage. She don't believe nothing that's bad about this guy or this woman. Nothing. Why? Because in the love bomb stage, it's almost like being under hypnotic effect. They are hypnotized to their existence. And they think the best thing in the world is these people. They think it the most powerful people in the world is these people. And when you are good supply, expect a hoovering. They are going to hoover you. You say, how do a parent hoover a daughter? By sending in gangs. What gangs? Gang members to coerce them into turning their attention back, turning their affection back to the house, coming back to the house, doing things for the house. They use guilt tactics. They make you feel guilty. You ain't called your mom. You hadn't called your dad. And you know that when you call, you activate a system of chaos. And sometimes you avoid that system of chaos. You just avoid calling them. Danielle said, wow, my mother actually said that phrase exactly. You don't need me anymore. See, they'll realize that's a wake-up call. That's a wake-up call. Because when you don't need her, she knows she's lost supply. And you have won a battle. But don't think it's going to stop. Every day she's going to think about how to pull you back in, whether through manipulation of emotions, playing the victim mentality. She said, that's exactly what my family does to me, asking me to contact my parents, only for my parents to turn around and abuse me. Absolutely, Kendra. My ex stayed in the motel with his new supply for 3 days. During this time, I took $5,000 out of his account and went and got an apartment and behind his back. She said, and he's even called me to pick him up. Oh, that is crazy. And she said they lost control or influence. Absolutely. When a narcissist loses control, they panic. You want to see a narcissistic in a panic attack? Let them lose a main supply, a main support system. It sends them into panic mode, especially when they didn't have time to put in a new supply in place. She said, no contact caused such injury to her. She said, I don't like it, but I have to keep my distance emotionally, already physically away. Yep. Ernestine said, amen. You do. And you know you do, because for you it's life and death. You got to live and not die. Because people, they don't care. The narcissists don't care. They act like they care. They don't care for your person. They care for your provision. Send me provision. If you were just sending money and wouldn't acknowledge that person, you wouldn't hear no problem out of her. You wouldn't have nothing out of her. They would wonder if you even had a mom. But because the supply comes with you, then they have to keep you. They can't keep you without the supply. So let's go back over this. Number one is gaslighting. Number two, playing the victim. Three, projection. Four, love bombing. Five, triangulation. Six, hoovering. And it doesn't matter how long they stayed away, they can hoover you. They can be away for 20 years and see you. Everything stirs back up. All the files come to the forefront. All the memories come to the forefront. And because you was a powerful supply, now you don't put a stench in the new supply because they're thinking about how you were. And they look at the new supply and they probably having a problem with them. And they say, I need to go back to something I did, something I made. It was easier with them than with the new supply. I'm always in a struggle. I'm always battling. I'm always fighting with the new supply. I'll just start hoovering the old supply. I'll suck them in. I'll make myself available. I'll show up in places they don't expect me. I'll be nice to them. I even buy them roses and flowers. If I have to say I'm sorry, I would do all of that just to get back in the presence and to re-engage with my supply. So what they do, one thing they want to do, they want to gaslight. They want to play the victim, projecting, love bombing, triangulation, now hoovering. And then finally, what do they want to do? Cause a smear campaign. MMSW said, my mother is well off, yet still talks to me like she's expecting me to give her something. These people are unbelievable, and she stopped doing for me from the age of 17. Wow. Wow. But that show you how stuck they are in time. You can go back 5 years from now, she'll be stuck. Because until you look inside yourself to see what's wrong, how you going to fix it. And if you don't believe that you need fixing, you're not going to look inside yourself. You're going to look at everybody else. It's everybody else wrong. It's everybody else's fault. It's never your fault. Never your fault. So a smear campaign, oh man. A smear campaign involved the narcissist spreading rumors and lies to someone's reputation. They want to cause you to falter. They want to cause you to trip up. They want you to doubt yourself. They don't want you to know how strong you are, how powerful you are, how great you are. They want you to dismiss everything about you. Everything. They need you totally subjective in your will. You just a slave. You just supply. To them, you're a project. You're material. You are not human. Because if you were human, why would the narcissist do this to a human? A smear campaign is meant to torture you of your reputation, make you feel so bad. The way you were not visible, now you're visible. You're online trying to straighten it out. You're online trying to smooth it out. And you can never smooth it out. The more you touch it, the worse it gets. So, with that note, think about it. Meditate on it. The narcissist is their own problem. And when they see that you're not having a problem, they want to bring it into your life. MMXW said, I think I need to stick to NC. These people, they don't change. They don't change. The next thing you know, you're going to be right back into needing some serious help because they don't change. They're going to pollute every change you get. They're going to stop all the change you have. Do not bring them ever to your house and you got a problem with them. They're going to stop everything if they can in your life from working for you. They wanted to work against you, But some of y'all are pretty sharp. Some of y'all are pretty powerful. They did not expect for you to make it, and you made it anyway. Wow, wow, wow. Yay. You made it anyway. In spite of the odds, they were against you, but you made it anyway. In spite of the smear campaign, you made it anyway because people recognized what he said was lies. What he did was lies. That smear campaign is something to deal with because they lie online. They'll lie. The person that gossip, they will get to them and tell them because they know with that person, they're going to tell the story and it's going to be loud and clear. Go back and re-listen to this video. Don't break no contact. Don't break no contact. Keep no contact even when your whole being want to, because you got to remember what you left is still there. Jesus girl Betty, she said, yes, I made it in Jesus. If it weren't for Jesus, I wouldn't have made it. He showed me the things and told me how to act. And then I met you guys. Thank the Lord. Amen. Danielle said, if this information has helped you, share it with someone. Help push the algorithm of down to others. We need to hear from you. She said, I love my paycheck. I love paycheck to paycheck and barely have enough for groceries. But no matter how hard it gets, I will never reach out to him. Mm. Wow, Kendra. That's good. Danielle said, comment, like, and share, and subscribe, along with the email to get in contact with me. All right, fam, we done did it another day. You wouldn't believe that we have come to an hour. I want you to write me at Helen at destinyhelper12s@gmail.com. Destinyhelper12s@gmail.com. I pray that God will allow your greatness to come out. I pray that you will stay no contact no matter what. Gloria say, thank you for coming on tonight. I'm married to a narcissist. He's an old, sick narcissist. He's just getting worse, and I left him several years ago. The older they get, the worse they get. She said, I live from paycheck to paycheck. That's all right, but it's best to have peace than to be well taken care of without peace or struggling, not knowing what's going to happen today. Feel like it's just you just working, 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 working. And they're taking, 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 taking. So let's go through the 7 manipulations again. And I want you to be cognizant and aware of these 7. Number 1, gaslighting. Number 2, playing the victim. Number 3, projection. Number 4, love bombing. Number 5, triangulation. Number 6, hoovering. Number 7, the smear campaign. And that smear campaign is something else. All right, y'all. She said, thank you all for all that you do. Thank you for all that you do. Not everyone understand gears like to deal with these people. I know. That's true. Danielle said, thank you all for being here and supporting each other. I love you to life. I want you to meet me here next Wednesday. I will be here. Join me on Clubhouse every Tuesday, 7:45 Pacific Standard Time, 10:45 Eastern Time, 9:45 Central. Join me on Clubhouse every Tuesday. I look forward to seeing you. I'll be on in a few minutes right on YouTube. So make sure you join me, Helen Sattler, your destiny helper. God bless you.